Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video on Autogoogle. Today on our new series, Dive Deeper, we're going to talk about a confused topic that most people are confused about. So the topic is the difference between PHEVs, basically plug-in hybrids, and hybrids. Let's talk about this and I'll tell you what the difference is and explain more about this topic. So let's go clear your question. Welcome to Dive Deeper. Let's get right into it. Before diving too deep into this topic, I just want to let you guys know what a hybrid and what a PHEV is. So I'm going to start off with the hybrid. So hybrid is one powertrain used in gasoline cars more often to power the car, and this powertrain uses one or more electric motors and also an internal combustion engine to power the car. And the main goal of this combination is to advantage the both power sources to improve fuel efficiency. And if you really care about the environment, it reduces emissions and it also enhances the overall vehicle performance of the vehicle. And there are many different types of hybrids, like mild hybrids and full hybrids. And there's also plug-in hybrids, which we're going to talk about later. And then the benefits of these hybrid cars is that it gives you better fuel efficiency, as I told you. So when you have a normal gas car, if it gives you around like 30 or like 25 miles per gallon, these ones will give you like 40, 41, like a little bit higher fuel efficiency, which does mean you don't have to fuel your car as often as your normal gas car. That's advantage, and I know that people really love to save some money on gas nowadays because after COVID happened, gas prices have been really booming. So people really love hybrid cars after COVID, and manufacturers have also really developed their hybrid technologies in cars. And one example for this is Toyota, because they started to have hybrids in their Prius, and now their hybrids have really grown and it's been really caught up in all their cars, like the Camry right now. And even Honda has been giving a tough competition to Toyota, like with their Accord and all those cars like that. Hyundai has been coming into the game, Kia, and all the major flagship manufacturers have been giving their best with hybrid cars. So hybrids have been pretty popular around USA, and I'm pretty sure it's been very popular around different parts and different countries of the world too. So now talking about PHEVs, what are PHEVs? So PHEVs are a combination of a gasoline engine with the electric motor, but the catch here is that there's a rechargeable battery, which allows you to drive only using electricity for a short trip and gas for longer ones. And this also helps with the efficiency, which I mean your gas efficiency, which will help you save on gas and also go for a longer distance. And the thing is that, as I said, there's a rechargeable battery, right? So you gotta charge the battery from a regular outlet, like in your home, or a charging station, which you should not be able to do, or which you would not do in a normal hybrid car. So, same as hybrid car, there's a battery, and if there's more power needed, the gas engine kicks in to help the battery power, and it's basically the same basics and foundations. But here it's just like a rechargeable battery, a bigger battery, which helps you to use only electric range to drive your car and also increases the range a little bit. So that's the only difference here. So if you're going to consider a PHEV, you should also be able to charge the car at your home or some other place. And you should be also considering if you're going to like only use electric power for some time, which I'm not going to be like thinking it's going to be a big factor for most of y'all. But if you're really like that considerate about like only driving on electric power, I would really go for the PHEV more than the hybrid. So if you want like have a versatile vehicle that like has electric power and also gas power, and then merge them both into one car, PHEV is the right choice for you. So at this point, many of you would have just understood what the difference is between the PHEV and the hybrid, but because it's a dive deeper series, you're gonna get a little bit more terminology and like more of what the mechanics are in here. So stick around, I'll let you know, and you might even like change your mind from like I'm a PHEV person. I want a hybrid, or like I'm a hybrid person. I just like the PHEV, so I'm gonna go for the PHEV. So stick along. I'll tell you what the differences are and like dive deeper into it. So starting off with the hybrid. So basically, the hybrid has three components: a gasoline engine, which all gas car has, electric motor, and to help the electric motor, you have a battery pack. These are the main three things. So operation of this, right? So there's an electric motor. The car starts off with the electric motor. So when you turn the car on, it's completely silent. It starts off with the electric motor. Then what happens is that that electric motor gets powered by the battery pack on the car, which is a pretty small battery pack compared to any actual electric cars or even the PHEVs. And even the electric motor in the hybrids are smaller than the PHEVs or any actual electric cars, which is pretty expected. So what happens is that you start the car and any low speed driving like under 15, 20 miles per hour would keep the electric motor engaged and it'll use the battery from the battery pack. Sorry, like the electricity from the battery pack, which would be used to power the electric motor. But whereas if you give like 15 to 20% throttle, the gas engine starts to kick in and it'll use the gas to power the car and you move forward. So what happens here is that you start the car and you could drive for some time in the electric mode, and it's not gonna be for long. So you get on like a street or like just any street outside your community, the gas engine will start to kick in, and then that'll be the one you'll be using. But here's where the cool part comes in. Even after the gas engine kicks in, What happens is that when you brake, there's the electric motor acts as a generator. So whenever you brake, the power from the braking you do connects into kinetic energy, which turns into electrical energy and goes back to the battery, which recharges the battery. And this is where the you don't need to charge the battery part comes in. So you don't need to charge the battery, so the battery charges by itself when you brake the car. So that'll go back to the electric motor and you use. So it's like a life cycle. So battery starts off in the battery pack, goes to the electric motor, then the gas engine kicks in. It uses gas, and when you brake, the power goes back into the electric battery. Then it gets used in the motor again, and it's like goes in a circle again and again and again. And idle start and stop gets used here too. So when your engine shuts off and it's stopped at a stop like a stoplight or a traffic light, you're saving fuel because yeah, the engine stops, the you don't run on fuel. Then as you move, you use like about like the electric motor for about like 10 seconds until the gas engine kicks in, then you go again. So here, more than gas cars, HEVs, hybrid vehicles get a little bit more gas efficiency, so gas mileage will be a little bit higher than your normal cars. When you look at sedans or like subcompact SUVs, you could see a big difference because like you get about like 35, then you get about like 45, 50 in a hybrid sedan compared to the same gas powered sedan. But when you go into like the SUV segment, like let's talk the Toyota Highlander, for instance, you get like about like 22, 23 in the Highlander. Whereas if you move up to the Highlander hybrid, you get like 27, 26, sometimes even like about 30 if you're like really good at driving. And when you move up to the Sequoia level, or like even if you move up to like the Grand Cherokee, the 4xe, what happens there is that your like hybrid range steps up by only like about 2 miles per gallon. So if you get like 22, you get like 25 or 27. That's the big thing that happens. So as you move up in the segment size, your mileage difference with the gas and the hybrid is pretty small. So if you really go for a sedan, I would really consider hybrids. And if you're going for SUVs, if you really like want a hybrid, go for a hybrid. If not, just go for a gasoline car. That's all I'm gonna say right now. Then now talking about PHEVs. So PHEVs are very similar, a gasoline engine, electric motor, but here a larger battery pack. So a bigger battery means bigger range. That's all we know. So operation here. So you could drive the car on electric mode only. So because you have a bigger battery pack, your PHEV could support you up to 20 to 50 miles, any speed range on only electric, only power. So the thing is that you could use electric power to go only to 20 to 50 miles. So if you're going to like to work or just look to get groceries, you start off at home That's like about like a 10 to 15 mile radius. So you could like only go on electric power and come back on electric power, not even using a single drop of gasoline. How cool is that? Because you fuel up your car like once a month if you're doing this. And if your PHEV is like only used for like intercity or like a 15 to like 20 mile commute every day, you'll be good to go for this on like about 3 days. So and you'll be charging your home, so you'll not be really paying that much. And if you charge it like community chargers, which is like available throughout like major cities or like just like developed cities in your area, you'll be able to charge and not like spend a single dime, a single penny on gas. That's it. But you could also use your gasoline engine whenever you need it. So if you're going on like a longer trip or like a longer highway trip, you get your gas mileage. So like you drive on electric for like about 10, 15 miles and switch to gasoline. Drive on that for like 15 miles and switch back to hybrid. So switch back to electric motor. So that's this. You have flexibility. So you can like choose between which one you want to use and everything. The charging could be done via standard electric outlet or just like a dedicated charging station. So that's how you would charge your battery. And same here. So you use your car, you get in, it starts off electrically, and then you just use your electric motor to drive around. And when you want to change to like the actual gasoline motor, and then as you brake, you get charged, your battery gets charged. So same functionality, same mechanics here also. So just keep in mind, HEVs are just like the level one, and PHEVs is like the level two, and electric cars are like the level three, like the God modes. So basically, you start off with the hybrid, which means you use gas more. PHEVs you would use like gas and hybrid like moreover like equally, but you'll use gas more in your PHEVs and hot electric is like full on electric. So I think you get the difference there. So that's basically how it works. Thank you
This
for
is
watching. Hope it helped.